Hey guys, welcome back to Big Ambitions. Last episode, we kind of got our event planning business up and running in Midtown. We took a look at what other businesses we might look to open, and I welcome any and all comments with regards to what we should do next. We do have an objective here from Uncle Fred, and that is when we're ready to expand to imports and a headquarters, to give him a call. Now, we've already got a headquarters, so that's not anything new. And we also hired a headhunter who will start on Monday. We sent him to training to try to get some training in before he starts work on Monday morning, and that should help us with, as a viewer had suggested, it should help us with when we're looking for employees for our particular stores. Now, that being said, right now we have, actually, you know what? Let me do this with the headhunters since we don't need the headhunters anymore. That said, because we have used the, well, maybe not. I was thinking maybe because we had used the installation firm that folks were coming in via the job board, but I see a couple of them here from recruiters, so I'm not sure exactly when we were looking for cleaning personnel, but at some point we were looking for cleaning people, I guess. But that said, the headhunter should be able to then um, find us candidates, right, for whatever the candidate we need. So you can kind of tell them full time, what you want to exclude or whatever, and we'll go through that when we get our headhunter in the office. We did set up his office or his desk and all of that stuff for him. And last episode, we didn't do a whole lot other than getting that office desk set up and the headhunter recruited. We kind of let the days play through with regards to our new event planning business. And again, we did discuss whether or not we were going to open maybe another event planning business or another business. And you can see on our rivals, we didn't really move up any. So I'm going to go ahead and finish off Saturday here. I will cut this out. We'll be back on Sunday. All right, we had a pretty good day yesterday. I that might be one of our bigger days. Well, it definitely is one of our bigger days. It might be our biggest day. I don't think so, but it was a pretty big day. So, and you can see here, fresh foods. Everything went up yesterday. Everything, every one of our businesses went up yesterday. Now, that was Saturday, so that plays a part, but yeah, every one of our businesses went up. Only problem is, okay, training. So they have through today for training. All right. That's unfortunate because I would have, these folks should be back on the schedule. Oh well. All right. Grab some food. And what we're going to do, I think, is take another look. Well, actually, you know what? First thing, let's do this. Let's take a look through inventory real quick just to make sure we're not short on stuff. I don't think we are, but because I didn't get any warnings. Yeah, so we're good there. The wow, okay, some big orders coming in for clothing at least. And that's because we're almost out of clothing. So what we might want to do is what we might want to do is cancel the repeating order. That way, once it comes in tomorrow, I can raise these up. Just in case something happens. The extra 30 in the warehouse, well, we have enough in the stores, though, right? So, yeah, you know what? I'm going to leave it there. All right. Market Insider one more time here. Burger. So this is no good here. This is, the books now went down. Hell's Kitchen. Yes, I just can't do, I cannot do a movie cinema yet. And this is no good here. Lower Manhattan. Hot dog energy drink. Chicken kebab skewer. I need to see how much those are. Damn, I thought burger was up there. Midtown. Oh, there's the burger. Burger, hot dog, pizza, Midtown. We need to take a look maybe at Midtown. Maybe take a look at Midtown and potentially look at our first web development agencies in Murray Hill. 2 of them have closed. It's interesting. 2 gift shops in Industry City have closed. Murray Hill. Midtown. Midtown for potentially a restaurant. So, Midtown. Retail. Let's see what's one place. One place. Yeah, well, that's no good. That's no good. So, Midtown retail establishment is no good. We would need then like a gym or a nightclub, hair care, so, you know, something like that. And yeah, nightclub maybe, but event planning, $250 an hour. I think that's a little more than what we're currently charging. Or is that our? No, that's our business. All right, hot dog, energy drink, chicken kebab skewers. No businesses for those in Lower Manhattan. Well, there's a reason for that because Lower Manhattan's expensive. Let's see. Let's see what's available, though, just to see what might be available. So that's a huge building for a restaurant, right? I mean, especially like a fast food restaurant, you don't need anything nearly that large. This one don't look too bad, though. That might actually be, that's almost the right size. The problem with that one is that the traffic score and the capacity are not great. That one, see, this is another one of those M1 buildings, and that's basically, that's not, I mean, that's like a factory. All right, what do we have here? Okay, so this one, yeah, another M1. So we really have nothing there in Lower Manhattan. And we didn't have anything in Industry City, Hell's Kitchen, cinema, travel consultant and event planning. Travel consultant and event planning in Hell's Kitchen. Office. Hell's Kitchen. I don't think I need something that big. Yeah, I don't need anything that big, but let's see. What else we got? One office building for rent in Hell's Kitchen. So, just so you know, you can purchase buildings instead of paying the rent, right? But you can see how expensive these are, right? So, you can also potentially take over someone else's business. So, if they have a valuation here of 166,000, they're paying rent to James Taylor, which it says it's not for sale, but you could send them an offer. Whether or not they accept it or not remains to be seen. But so they have chicken kebab skewers, French fries, but then they have. So it's not really. And then there's their employee list. Can't really see what the layout of the store looks like, but I could, if we wanted to send a business takeover request. That might be something that we look at as well. Let's see. Hell's Kitchen. The only problem is a lot of that has no businesses. So the one business that had hot dogs and the chicken kebab skewer we just saw there. Oh, that's Industry City. So there is an event planning business. So yeah, like I said, I mean, these are businesses that you can actually take over potentially. So there's the grocery cart. You can see here. We had a problem with this once before, so I'm not even going to bother with that. But it might be something. Dang it, I just thought. So there's one that's owned by Ingrid. Now this says it's got a $728,000 valuation. This is a nightclub, right? It's a C2 in the garment district. She's got a 30 capacity and a 35 traffic score. So we would not be able to buy this one because it's too expensive. We don't have that money. But you can kind of see what her prices are here for different things. Cover charges, coat check, that kind of thing. I wouldn't mind perhaps taking over a business, Only Jeans, 3 million. So she's selling cheap and expensive clothing all in one store. But the valuation that now what we could potentially do, this is the valuation on the building, right? This is the market value of the building. If the building was within our range, which it's not, but if the building was within our range, we could actually buy the building and then Ingrid would be paying us rent. Whatever the rent was that was agreed upon. So that's something as well. When you buy these buildings, you can kind of take a look at that. Brewed Beans looks to be potentially a coffee shop. Yeah, coffee and tea, donuts, cupcakes, croissants, We don't have a supplier for those other than the wholesaler. So that I don't think would be a good idea. I didn't see a business there. That one's for rent. All right. Anyway, not much else for us to do on Sunday. Um, Comment below too if maybe we should buy a current business. I'm going to go ahead and fast forward through most of Sunday. I'll be back Sunday afternoon, evening, when everyone's done with their training and get them reassigned back onto their schedules where they should be. Um, and I'll only break in if something else comes up. Okay, so we're back. We've got a couple of messages there that folks have finished their training. So we're going to get, before we go any further, we're going to get these folks assigned to where they need to be for Monday. So that's the headhunter. All right. That was easy enough. All right. Barb Johnson was with Fresh Buds. She was a cleaner. So put her back on the schedule. All right. And shoot, I don't remember where she was at. So let's take a look. Who's missing a person come Monday? Not Fresh Threads also. Fresh Buds? No. Fresh Foods? No. Must be Fresh Threads then. Fresh Threads? Perhaps. Yes. Fresh Threads. Okay. Employee. Fresh Threads. I'm assuming she was cash register. Yeah, it looks like it. I don't know why I did that. All right. So that's everybody out of training. We don't have a security guard set up for Fresh Buds. So we might need to get some security at Fresh Buds. I wonder too if that's potentially part of the problem. Is that maybe some of our inventory is walking out the door not having been paid for. Okay, so we're at the end of the day. Okay. Yeah, all right. All right, I think we're done with Sunday. I will be wasting some more time and I'll be back on Monday. Oh, brother. So it was an okay day yesterday, but we received a message. My guess is we didn't have stuff in stock at the warehouse to be delivered to the stores, which is fine. We have orders coming in today just to make sure next delivery is Day 155 at 8 a.m. So that one's going to be delivered. That one's going to be delivered. There's nothing going to be delivered here because there's nothing to deliver. All of these are already good. The other thing I was looking at, though, was that someone in their clothing store actually was selling the cheap jewelry, which had me wondering whether or not we should maybe import some of that cheap jewelry. We already have a purchasing agent that could potentially get us the cheap jewelry. Question is whether or not we should put some cheap jewelry in our clothing stores or whether we should not. We still have not been able to get to that 30 limit there. And we're getting closer to that 15 limit at a couple of times during the day at this one. Yeah, yesterday, Fresh Events was closed. And Fresh Foods, you can see from pretty much start to close, we're at capacity. So I wonder, Fresh Foods also has poor security. So I wonder if we should take a look at that. I think what we're going to do, we're going to run down first to both of those locations. I think the only thing that would be required, we've got a couple of security guards here that are wanting full time. They were from the job board, but nope, Fresh Threads, Fresh Foods. I think all we would need would be is to have a security locker back here. Maybe throw up some cameras. I don't think we're losing a lot of money here. Where is the... Oh, yeah, there's the employee uniform locker. But that's not what you need. You need... 2 shipments have arrived. Why did only 2 arrive? Why not 3? Oh, because we didn't have anything on order. That's why. I'm going to run across the street here. I think this is where we can pick up a security locker, if memory serves. And yeah, and we can add job boards to the other. Yeah, that reminds me too. What do we need for cheap jewelry? All right. What about jewelry? Cheap. Jewelry floor showcase. So we would need to buy a jewelry floor showcase. And I'm not seeing one of those here. That's the uniform locker, but I don't see a security locker. It was a special locker, I thought, for security personnel. And I would have thought they had them here, but I guess those are changing rooms. Those are all uniform lockers. There's our restaurant booths if we're opening a restaurant. All right, so it's not here. Must be. Here. It's not here either. Yeah, it's not there either. So where was it? Let's see here. We don't need that anymore. We don't need offices for rent. Furniture store, maybe? Was it? It wasn't. It was not a furniture store. It was a. I'm almost certain it was an appliance store. Is it all the way up here? Yeah, probably. No. Oh, well, there's the security cam, but I think we can get, there's the security guard locker. So we could get a couple of security guard lockers and maybe some cameras for our two businesses. And that's going to be essentials. Appliance. Do we have them? We do. And so they're opening here in about 2 minutes. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to get a couple of those security guard lockers and some cameras delivered to Fresh Threads because my car is over here and I can take one. Actually, I'll get it delivered to Fresh Foods because I can then put them up right there, put one of them up right there in Fresh Foods, and then grab my car, which I guess is back at the apartment. Yeah, it's back over here because I went to the headquarters. Okay, let's do this. Let's get them. Let's call them first so that we can get an order in. And we'll do to Fresh Foods. Today's fine. We're going to do a couple of security guard lockers. We'll do 4 of those. 2 of those. We're going to spend some money. Oh, you know what? I am going to order a. Maybe. I was going to order a coffee. I am not going to order a coffee machine for. No, I guess I won't. I was going to order a coffee machine for the events planning, but I'm not going to do that. All right, so we got that coming in. So we'll have security boosted. Yeah, 0% there. Perfect at Fresh Threads. Fresh Threads also. Fresh Buds is good. Oh, I didn't think we had security there. If I look at the schedule, there's no security person. Well, shoot. I guess I must have cameras there. They must. Oh, because that was something that we set up with the installation firm, so they must have stood up some cameras. All right. Well, in any case, and now what we can do too is we can, right? So now if we need customer service people, we can, we can tell them, okay, job and wage scale, 100%. And they kind of tell you what the going cost is, right? This is research points, I think, or recruitment points. So full time would be 20, 30 would be for part time. And then if you wanted to kind of exclude or include, deal breakers, for instance, right? So if part time was a deal breaker, that's going to be 30 points. And you can kind of see where the point levels are, right? And so every one of these, not enough, right? Every one of these, in fact, not enough if there's a benefit demand, right? So each one of these increases the number of points that are used. These are basically exclusions. So if you want to find someone, that's what you would find. Delivery driver, kind of. There's no deal breakers for a delivery driver apparently. I don't know why we would need a DJ since we don't really have a nightclub, but event planner. So we can kind of see, okay, so our rates are pretty low. We're paying pretty low for our event planners. But you can kind of see what you can send the headhunter out to do, and then they have to have a skill level of 75 to perform automatic placement. Right now we're not in the market for anyone, but that's what we would do if we were in desperate need of workers. I think I am going to go to my car. Oh, man, my car's way up here. I'm going to go to my car, bring it around by the store, and park it up there. So that way, when the order comes in for the security cameras and the security guard lockers, that I can move them around. I'll need to take a security locker over to the florist shop. So I suspect they put cameras in there, but they didn't put a security guard locker. And that's the reason why there's not even a spot for a security guard. And at some point, I'm going to need to get gas. All right, we got about 2 hours left. Store is well stocked, but there's plenty of room in this store for whatever that jewelry case is, but I don't know where to get one. That's the problem. So certainly it's not going to be in here, right? No, because this is not. Where would it be? I thought we looked at the appliance store over here. And it wasn't in here, right? No. So it's not going to be in an appliance store. Is it going to be in a furniture store? I can't. I wouldn't think, but yeah, no. This is. Oh, well, wait a minute. Maybe. Yeah, no, this is to outfit your home. It's not. Yeah, I don't think it's going to be in a furniture store. That's ICA. And yeah, this is this is to furnish theater, right? This is the cinema and theater. I look up. Some Peterson and Son. Well, that's where I just was. That's the one right across the street. Well, I was just in there. Yeah, sorry about that. And I didn't see one anywhere. Oh, here they are. Oh, shoot. I didn't want that. There's nothing I can do with regards to figuring out how. All right, so those are $9,000 a piece, and I don't know how much they hold. Yeah, holy smokes, that's for cheap jewelry. Like I said, I don't know how much they hold. All right, we get about 40 minutes before our delivery shows up here for. Grab some bags. For some reason, they just cannot get their own bags. And let's get the lettuce. All right, I'm just kind of waiting here until they. There it is. All right. All right, let's do a security sign here. Security guard locker here. Look at that. One camera took care of that one. All right, so now what we should see on Fresh Foods, perfect, 100%. Look at that. That's security. And so then now what we should be able to do, full-time security guard, $9 an hour. I think we're going to hire you for Fresh Foods. And you can start whenever you're ready. I don't know. Full time. Dude, 55 hours is full time. Is that too many hours? It is too many hours. I guess, it's 50 hours, isn't it? Yeah, it's 50 hours. So 6 hours on this day here. So you can work the morning shift and then we'll have to find a part-timer for that one. So that might be our opportunity unless there was. This one's a full-time person, but we're going to be taking a security guard locker over to Fresh Buds. Oh, shoot, I didn't grab the locker and the cameras and stuff. I don't think I'm going to need the cameras, but I guess I'll grab them all. Wasn't going to grab them all. I was going to grab one, but it put all of them in my, on my hand truck. So I'm going to get these into the car. I'm going to get these over to the florist. The only thing is we're going to end up with a really long episode. So before we do that, because it's going to take me a long time to get over there. Well, that's going to be cut. I will see you again. I'll be back when I am in front of Fresh Buds and we'll see where we're at with time. All right, I am here. Actually, did not take me as long as I thought it might. I'm going to carry this in. We'll probably be putting this into the store and then I will head back, but I probably am not going to have you necessarily watch that part of it. And we'll probably end the episode here. Okay, so Oh, we don't have anything on this. What was this going to be? Was that going to be expensive gifts or something? What? We've got a thing there that's not even. What the hell is that all about? Gifts cheap. Flowers expensive. Flowers cheap. That was going to be gifts expensive, I think. And we don't have a way to get it, I guess. All right. Let's see what the security of this store looks like now. Well, can't really. Well, there is security camera. One there. I'm going to go grab another camera real quick. Just in case we're not at 100%. I am going to need to grab something to eat too. Oh, a security sign. Oh, jeez. Sign. And I don't know if I had a sign in there or not. I do not. Not a security sign anyway. All right. Let me go grab one of the dome cameras and then we're going to call this an episode. Just because I don't want to go on too much further as it's already getting long, even with cuts. Oh yeah. That's much more coverage. All right. So I'm going to take the other ones back. So that should be... All right. Guys, I think we're going to stop here. Actually, we're not, because what I want to do is I want to get a security guard hired for Fresh Buds. Hired. And Fresh Buds schedule. So we're going to have a full-time security guard at Fresh Buds as well. All right, 40 hours there. Can they work? Yeah, they can work 48. So how is it that I'm able to get her on a Saturday, but I wasn't able to do that over here? Oh, because we're open longer. All right, I got you. All right. With that, I think we're going to call this an episode. Guys, please like, subscribe, comment below. Let me know what your thoughts are on the next business we should try to do. Should we try to take one over? That's something that we haven't done before and we haven't seen before. So let me know. I would be interested to find out whether you guys would be interested in seeing that or not. Also, let me know what should we do next. Thanks for watching this. We'll come back and watch the next. We'll see you.